Every February, millions of people celebrate Valentine's Day with cards, flowers, and declarations of love. But almost no one agrees on where this holiday actually began. Was Valentine's Day created by the Christian Church? Was it stolen from a pagan Roman fertility ritual? Or did it begin with a single man, executed by the Roman Empire and nearly erased from history? To find the true origin of Valentine's Day, we have to travel back to ancient Rome. Long before candy hearts, long before romance, and into a world of ritual, power, and fear. Before Christianity shaped the Roman calendar, February was already a significant month. In ancient Rome, mid-February marked a dangerous and unstable transition, from winter towards spring. It was a time associated with purification, fertility, and protection from chaos. The most important festival during this period was Lupercalia. Lupercalia was held annually around February 13th to 15th. It honored fertility, purification, and the survival of the city itself. The festival was raw, physical, and deeply pagan. Priests sacrificed animals. Participants ran through the streets. Women were struck lightly with animal hides, believed to promote fertility and safe childbirth. This was not romance. It was survival. Rome believed that without ritual, the city could collapse, politically, spiritually, or biologically. Lupercalia reinforced the idea that fertility was a civic duty, not a private emotion. Why Lupercalia mattered? Rome depended on population growth. Soldiers, citizens, and heirs were essential to imperial power. Fertility rituals were not optional celebrations. They were state-supported traditions tied to Rome's future. This matters because when Christianity began spreading through the empire, it encountered not empty space, but deeply rooted rituals tied to identity and survival. Valentine's Day would not replace nothing. It would replace something powerful. By the 3rd century, Christianity was no longer a fringe belief. Despite persecution, it spread rapidly, especially among women, slaves, and the urban poor. Christianity introduced a radically different idea of love. Not fertility, not reproduction, but sacrificial love, commitment, loyalty, and faith. This new idea directly conflicted with Roman values. And it is here that the figure of Valentine appears. Who was Saint Valentine? This is where the story becomes uncertain. There was not one Valentine, but likely several. Historical records mention at least 2, possibly 3, Christian martyrs named Valentine, all executed during the Roman Empire. Over time, their stories blended into one. The most common story places Valentine as a Christian priest or bishop living during the reign of Emperor Claudius II in the 3rd century. According to legend, Claudius believed unmarried men made better soldiers. Marriage, he thought, weakened loyalty to the empire, so marriages were restricted or discouraged. Valentine, defying imperial authority, secretly performed Christian weddings. This act wasn't romantic rebellion, it was political resistance. Marriage created loyalty beyond the state, and Rome could not tolerate competing allegiances. Valentine was arrested. Some accounts say he was imprisoned, others say he was tortured. One legend claims he healed the blind daughter of his jailer. Another says he converted people to Christianity while awaiting execution. Before his death, he allegedly wrote a letter signed, "From your Valentine." Whether this letter existed is unknown, but the symbolism endured. Valentine was executed on or around February 14th. What's important is not whether every detail is true, but why the story survived. Early Christianity did not celebrate romance. It celebrated sacrifice. Valentine's death represented resistance to imperial control, loyalty to faith, and a redefinition of love, not as desire, but as devotion. This made Valentine useful to the Church. By the late 4th and 5th centuries, Christianity had become the dominant religion of the Roman Empire. Pagan festivals were increasingly discouraged or banned. But eliminating traditions entirely was risky. So instead, the Church rebranded them. Lupercalia faded. A saint's feast day took its place. February 14th became associated not with fertility rituals, but with Christian martyrdom. Love was redefined. For centuries, Valentine's Day remained a minor religious observance. The shift toward romance came much later. In medieval Europe, poets like Geoffrey Chaucer began associating February with courtly love and the pairing of birds. This poetic tradition reshaped Valentine's Day into something gentler, more emotional, less political. Love letters replaced martyr stories. By the time of the Renaissance, Valentine's Day had become a celebration of romantic affection. Its violent origins faded from memory. Why Valentine's Day survived? Most ancient festivals disappeared. Valentine's Day survived because it adapted. It moved from pagan ritual to Christian martyrdom to medieval romance to modern consumer holiday. Each era reshaped it without fully erasing the past. That flexibility made it immortal. So where did Valentine's Day really begin? Valentine's Day does not begin in one place. It begins in Roman fear of chaos. It passes through Christian resistance to empire. It evolves through medieval storytelling. And it ends, at least for now, as a modern celebration of love. It is not purely pagan. It is not purely Christian. And it is not purely romantic. It is layered history. Valentine's Day shows how traditions survive, not by staying pure, but by changing. It reminds us that holidays often tell us more about power, belief, and control than about the symbols we associate with them today. Behind every heart-shaped card is a much older story, one written in blood, ritual, and resistance. Valentine's Day wasn't created to sell flowers. It wasn't created to celebrate romance. It survived because each generation found a new meaning in it. And that may be the most human story of all. Do you think Valentine's Day is more pagan, more Christian, or something entirely its own? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed exploring the history of Valentine's Day, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and explore more of our travel history series. History is full of lost places waiting to be discovered, and we'll take you there.